guys, this is the Panda that I bought. Actually, I could give it for free, and then I had to pay to ship it up from Wellington. As you can see, it's very rusty. I'll take you through a few of the things that I'm still yet to remove. I've removed quite a few things, but still a lot of trim and a few other interior parts to remove. As you can see, there's just so much plant and nature stuck in there, spiders, webs, so much rust. It's just nasty on the bottom. Pretty much everything just is covered in rust. There's a cross section of the door if you want to know how a Panda door works, and a close-up version of that. Inside was pretty much just as nasty. There's kind of mold everywhere, so I kind of wore a mask for a lot of this. Mainly, and it's just rust everywhere. So make sure if you're doing something like this, have your tetanus shot. You don't want lockjaw. And I'm trying to recycle as much as we could. Save my Panda and a few friends' Pandas. Problem with this car is almost every bolt or screw I remove is seized, rusted, or just snaps off. I sprayed these yesterday, but as you can see, it's pretty bad. Might sound stupid, but this is the most exciting part to retrieve from the Panda. It's an optional extra, which my Panda didn't come with, and was quite rare actually. And although it's dirty, it looks to be in pretty good condition. Nice one. As you can see, this is very rusty. I did spray it yesterday. Have some bolts to remove, which I'm not sure they'll come off, to be honest. The other one snapped. I guess all we can do is try a bit more CRC and try our luck again. This one's moving too much, to be honest. I think it's just rotating. Yeah, let's ignore that one for now. Try our luck with this one. Oh, is that successor here? It's lovely to see a warning contains asbestos warning on the side of the car. No idea what part, maybe the brakes. Let's not go near the brakes. Now I know it's probably everyone's idea to just spray and then get straight into it, but I think if you leave the CRC overnight, it seems to work better than just spraying and then trying, which is good. Less broken parts, more recycling. This part still doesn't look like it wants to come off. Let's see if we can pull this out on an angle. The body is so rusty. Here we go. Oh, sweet. That's got a clip. Lucky we got a flat head. Yeah. I think it's those moments that I normally end up cutting myself. So make sure you've got your tetanus shot, people. There we go. As you can see, lots of rust was found on that. So next up, we've got this bumper to remove. It's already pretty loose, which is kind of maybe helpful, not sure. So there's two mounting points down here that go into the bumper, and then two that go into the body. So you kind of have two chances to get this off. You kind of have to just try your luck, and hopefully the first thing you try works. I'll fast forward through all of this. It was a bit of a failure. Everything's just so rusted. So I guess I just kind of ended up saving some time and got out the hacksaw. Tried to save it, but it was a time waste. Much better. Okay, so I've got a really annoying thing where when I try and undo this, it just rotates around, as you can see. Next step I tried was getting it to stop rotating. And then trying to move the window down so you can reach both sides. What a pain in the butt. So let's try and go around. Looks like the screw is actually stripping on this side. Sick. Hey, no. Out. Sorry, my cat keeps trying to jump in the very rusty car. Hey! Stop it. Hey, stop it. Okay, got it. Finally, loose. That means I should be able to open this bad boy up and pull this out. Am I the only one that finds this really satisfying? A flat blade on a flat windscreen. Getting rid of stickers, moss, lichen, name it. Now, make sure you're not doing this on the inside because you'll take off the heater wire. That can be a big mistake. So I'm hoping that punch this out will work. Obviously want the right size. I mean, I don't need this part, so probably not the end of the world if it gets stuck. Oh my god, that feels so good. Here we go. Take that bad boy out. Yeah. These gloves don't have a lot of grip. Oh, there we go, it slides backwards. See that? Taking it apart, slides back off. Cool. And then that will slide up. But I'll take the other end off first. What's kind of wild is such a rusty boot. The bonnet stay works. I'm assuming this is all just going to fall through. Let's find out. Hey! My cat Abraham. I feel like it's the safest thing to do. It took a bit of playing around, but I used these instead of jack stands as they would have probably gone straight through the floor, and at least I knew it was sitting on the wheels far enough as it sat there before I lifted it. Next up we have really rusty exhaust. Pre-sprayed WD-40 or whatever I could get my hands on. Ah, sweet. Luckily for me, so far, everything's coming undone without a fight. It's actually quite incredible considering all of the fights I've had to have. Sweet. Always loosen with the hand wrench and then finish off with the socket. I hate when they get stuck in there. So annoying. Here we go. Shit, the whole thing came out. That's now nice and loose. Put the engine support hanger back on. I was dumb. I didn't remove the bottom of this, so that's in the way. What I've found is with things like hoses, if they're rubbish anyway, it's a lot faster to just cut them off than try and unscrew the bolts that are rusted and they're going to break on you anyway, and you end up cutting them off anyway. So I only cut stuff off if I know it's already broken and I can't get any use of it, Otherwise, recycle and reuse where safe to do so. Gearbox, 19 mil. I keep forgetting. That's why I get stuck. The conundrum. Okay, after lots of umming and ahhing, I realised I need to lift both of them up. So I've kind of half reattached the gearbox. Hopefully I don't break anything. Lift it up. Oh, no, it's catching. I don't want it to catch. What's it catching on? That took way too long. Cutting that because I didn't want to take off the whole wheel because there's so much rust. That one is still joint, which I have to pull off. It's the gearbox I want. It started raining, of course. And le engine. This is how the afternoon ended. Wet washing, wet car, some wet parts. Engine out. And everything I've salvaged so far. Not the jumper leads though. So I didn't want to break anything on this windscreen. I looked up to see if I could find a video on how to do it, and John Dragonman, who I've learnt a lot of things from in the past, posted a video on how to do this. Very helpful, thank you, John. I decided I'd post this as well just because in your video it's a little bit hard to see exactly what you're doing with the seal, I think because the lighting was a bit weird, but thank you so much for your help. Maybe I put one in there like that. And then slowly work my way along. It should release its grip, right? Hopefully. Notice I'm using plastic tools because screwdrivers absolutely crack the glass. Well, with my ability anyway. Seems to be working. Good thing about this one, I put my head underneath it, I can push up. Hopefully I'm not ruining the seal too much. I just want the glass, but still. Sometimes it's good to just be a seal too. It's coming along nicely. So it's the same process for the rear windscreen as it is for the front windscreen. A lot easier to do it with someone else's help, especially because once it starts getting quite loose, you want someone else to be able to catch it before it falls. Choice. Thanks, John. You're a legend. I've learned so much from you. Thank you. Okay. So remove the screw. Rusty boys. Cool. Let's just loosen everything else and find out what happens. On the floor. On the floor. Okay, that's everything. I think. Pull that bad boy out. Probably going to be a bit nicer than my one. Oops. Cool, now I've just dropped it. Oh well. I'm hoping I can still get it out. Lucky there's rust on the other side of the door. Because when you're doing it properly, it's essentially this side one that you want to take out because it frees up the rest of the door window. This will come out easy now because there's enough space for all the things. In case you're wondering why I've got a mask on, there's so much rust, and earlier I was cutting. So I managed to rescue all the glass from this Panda, which was great, so I've got a spare set. And then lastly, I thought before it was getting taken away, I'd fit an Alpha 75 rear spoiler, just because I could drill holes and see how it fit. So if you're curious, that's what that is.